Hi friends, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Lauren, and today I'm going to be taking you all through the entire photo shoot process, basically. I'm going to be making a new conceptual image today. I've been sort of thinking about this general concept for a while now, so I'm very excited to actually implement it and take you all along with me for the journey. I'm looking over here because I already have part of my stuff ready for my shoot. So yeah, in today's video, I'm basically going to be taking you guys through the entire photo shoot journey from concept to the actual execution and then the editing as well. So hopefully we can get this all done in one day. Today's my day off. What else is new? I'm going to talk about the precursor image. So I made this image, this photograph, oh geez, probably last year now. I don't even know. I have no concept of time anymore. But I've made this image. This image was inspired by The Expanse. It was originally a show on Sci-Fi and now it's on Amazon. Oh, I won't curse. On my YouTube channel, but it's honestly, it's my favorite show of all time, I think. It's so fantastic. And so that got me thinking of other types of natural materials and elements I could use to create a more cohesive sort of series of images. So the image that we'll be making today is sort of inspired by this one in terms of, you know, putting materials on myself and things like that. But other than that, the deeper concept behind today's image is not related to that whatsoever, although it could be. Initially, for this upcoming image, I wanted to create a sort of fungal kind of element. I was thinking of making actual papier-mâché mushrooms and have those trail up my arm and stuff. I think I still want to do that as an idea, but just not today. But sort of along those same lines, I wanted to definitely papier-mâché myself and do some sort of decay or parasitic kind of thing, showing just the decay of the human body as well. So I also wanted to do something that was politically engaging as well. I've been really trying to think a lot about how my art can be more explicitly political. I would say I've made art that implies politics for years and years, especially things like, you know, the environmental crisis and things like that. I really like to focus on that. But I've been trying to think a lot recently about how I can use my art in a more social justice sort of political idea. And especially as a white settler and a white person living in this country, you know, I really want to be able to tell my story in my art, but also do it in such a way that is, oh gosh, what am I trying to say here? I don't ever want my art to tell a story that I am not supposed to be telling. I would much rather be able to still share my own perspectives and things like that. Obviously, white people have done enough talking throughout the entire existence of humanity. But I do think it's really important for a lot of white people to, you know, stand up and because this is our problem that we started, so we gotta try and, you know, fix it. And also it's an election year, and I'm sure we have all gotten the piles and piles. Since I wanted to do something with papier-mâché anyways, I figured I would save all of the political ads. This isn't even all of it. I have another pile. And use that as the papier-mâché. So I've decided to not use the actual colorful political ads and stuff, but just use the voters pamphlet. Two reasons for that. One is this is actual newspaper sort of material, so it will be a lot easier to work with in terms of making the papier-mâché. A lot of these are bendable and have you know, a plastic-y sort of element to it, so I think that will be harder to work with. And also there's just a lot of there's a lot of conflicting bright colors in all of the ads, And so like all those colors, like yucky, ew. So so I think all of the colors would clash if I used the colors. So instead, I'm just gonna focus on using the voter's pamphlet for the paper mache. So the concept is to basically create a sort of mold kind of thing coming up the body, and maybe even focusing like on the hair. As oh yeah, disclaimer, my hair is currently in the middle of being changed, so it's a mess right now, but I think that will also work to our advantage because, you know, this part is almost the same color as, you know, the newspaper. I mean, obviously not exactly, but I think this would be an interesting thing to sort of play into it. How, you know, like, I don't know, you can have your own meaning from this piece, especially with, you know, the voter's pamphlet being like the mold overtaking a human sort of thing. I think you can interpret this in many different ways, and that's one thing that I really love about art. So that's kind of the history of where this photo is at so far, as well as how we'll be creating it. So now we just gotta actually do it. So let's go. Okay friends, so this is the setup. We've got the plain white background. For now, I think I want the entire image to be pretty bland and like monotone. So we've got the white background going, and then we also have, I'm just gonna be using the overhead light, I think. I might get out a softbox just in case I want the background to be a little bit darker actually. But I'm thinking that this will just be my primary source of light, and then we'll close the blinds. Now we get into the fun part. We'll probably do face makeup first, and then mix up the Mod Podge and put all that together. That's what we'll do. Face makeup first. Let's go. I literally cannot smile right now. Alright folks, just finished it. I think hopefully we got something good to work with. We'll see. So, but now my favorite part, washing it all off. We like to have fun over here, guys. So I don't usually have very much of a rhyme or reason when I start opening a file in Photoshop, but here I'm just cleaning up the background really quickly, just a rough clean, obviously, and then going through and desaturating the hair because I wanted everything to look really, really gray and monotone. And then I'm selecting just a couple details just to play around with getting as much rich texture in the final photo as I could. So I'm adding things in, making sure that you can read text in some places and whatnot. And then I start tackling the eyes. Now the eyes are kind of obnoxious. I end up redoing them a couple of times. I really want a nice glassed over look to the eyes. I honestly just go in with the paintbrush, add noise to the strokes, and you have a really nice glassed over eye effect. And then I'm just going through cleaning up the image, adding texture where I want, cleaning things up, adding details so that the texture goes down my torso a little bit more. And then even later on I'm going to go in right here and add just a little bit of hint of texture on the stomach as well. And then the fun part, I'm adding a couple brush textures to add more of a spore-like mold effect, and then I'm going through and just adding some shadows and a couple veins, and then just going through really quickly and evening out the skin textures. And then just playing around with the background, trying to get everything squared away there. And then the next part is just honing in on all the details, making sure everything looks good. You can see I wore my shirt on my jeans stupidly, so I photoshopped a version of myself with the pants fully intact. And I'm actually quite proud that I managed to pull this off. It was actually very easy to switch out that pair of jeans. And then just going back through, playing with the coloring, and just going and checking in, making sure everything looks absolutely perfect, adding some more spore texture to the arms and things like that. And then once again, eventually evening out that background too. And that is the final image. I'm very happy with how it turned out. I really love how the aspect of the paper is sort of like seeping through the skin, and how that is what's almost creating the mold or spore-like aspect of the image. So I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it was informative, at least a little bit, hopefully entertaining as well. If you have any questions at all regarding anything at all, feel free to leave a comment, let me know. I'm happy to answer any questions that anybody has. So yes, I hope you enjoyed. I hope you have a very wonderful rest of your day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!